Hi guys, today we're going to be playing with the newest palette from Fantasy Cosmetica, and Fantasy Cosmetica is a brand that I've been super impressed by ever since I tried the first palette from them, and today we're going to be playing with the Warlock palette. So this is the same format as the other palettes from Fantasy Cosmetica. It's a 9-pan, and it is, I think, gaming inspired. I don't know what Warlock is, so I can't really tell you if this is like accurate or anything like that. I don't get the reference, and honestly, I also don't really care. The collection also comes with, I think it was 5 different lip oils. I got to pick one that I wanted. She asked if I wanted all of them. I said I wanted this color just to try out the formula because I don't need 5. Like, I simply don't need 5. So I picked one so I can give you my thoughts on it, and then you can, look up the rest of the colors and see if those are something that you'd be interested in. So I got the shade called, I think it's just called Fiend. Warlock Fiend. That is the only thing that it says on here. And the collection also comes with a fragrance, which all of the collections or all of the palettes I think now has a scent that goes with it. And it's something that she's come out with kind of recently for the older palettes as well. So she sent me the scent that was together with the Sorcerer palette, because the one that was with this collection didn't sound like something that I was into. I've said before, I'm not really someone who's super into fragrance. And when I do wear something, I just want to smell sweet. Like, sweet is just like my key word, I think, for like how I want to smell. I don't want anything too intricate. And the notes for the newest perfume, let me see if I can just quickly pull that up. It says dark rose, grapefruit, mint, and moss. That is just not really something that sounds like up my alley. That is a little too complex, a little too many things going on. But this one, I've smelled it. I haven't worn it yet. But I think if I would try to find a way to like explain this, it kind of smells like if Sour Patch Kids was a drink mix. Like, it's very sweet, but like a little bit of tanginess to it. I don't know. It smells really, really good though. If you're into like sweet scents, I think you would like this. It comes in, I think, 4 different sizes. I have the one from the Fighter collection, and I've literally worn the shit out of that. I wear it pretty much every day. I think I wore that perfume 98% of the days since I got it, so I need to actually like buy one because I only have a small roller ball of it, and I love it so much. So I would say if you sound like you'd be interested in the scents from Fantasy Cosmetica, give them a try and like get one of the smaller ones just to test it out. But I personally love them. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. So I'm only gonna do one look with this because I feel like this happens every single time. I know I'm off on a tangent already, but like, you should see the box that's like in a corner over there. Like, I feel like I'll have a stretch where I just have absolutely nothing to review, and then all of a sudden I'll get 5 different packages in one day and have like 10 new palettes, and now I'm here like, okay then. And I also have the new Blend Bunny palette coming today, so slightly overwhelmed to say the least. So I'm gonna do one look with this palette, give you my thoughts, and I'll try to get back to it and do another one in like my makeup diaries or something like that in the future once I've gotten through like the other ones. Let me turn my phone on silent so you don't need to listen to that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips, I guess, with a lip liner, and then we can try on the lip oil. So I'm just gonna use this one from ColourPop because it's in front of me. I do need to sharpen it though, because I'm clearly not at all prepared to film this video, but that's okay because I never am. This is the shade called Another Round. It's just a nude lip liner. So I did swatch this on the back of my hand yesterday when I first opened my package, and it's very opaque for being a lip oil. It does have one of those giant doe foots. So we'll see kind of like what it looks like on the lips. The color is absolutely stunning though, so I do think that I'm gonna like the color. I'm just a little worried since it is a lip oil, like, is it gonna slip everywhere? But let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, definitely very opaque for being a lip oil, and is already kind of like seeping out a little bit in the corners of my mouth here. It is very comfortable though, and is very pretty, but I would not be confident enough to have this in my bag and like reapply after a meal or something like that, just because I feel like I would get it everywhere because I have very small lips, and it's a very large doe foot for my very small lips. So I can't really be precise with it, but it's a beautiful color and it feels very comfortable. I'm like worried already that it's gonna start bleeding. But maybe if you don't put it like in the corners of your mouth, it'll be fine. I mean, that looks beautiful. You can't tell me otherwise. That is a really, really, really pretty color. I actually really like that. Yeah, that's very, very pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base like I always do, and we're gonna play with this. I am going out for dinner tonight, so I kind of think I have my outfit planned, but that might have to change after I do my look here. But I want to wear like a kind of green bodysuit, and so I'm thinking I want to play with some of the greens in here, but when I swatched the palette, the pinks were really speaking to me as well, so now I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do. So I'm gonna try to play with as many of these shades as possible while still making it a cohesive look, but I already know I'm not gonna be able to try all of them, so sorry about that. Also, this palette, I'm all over the place. This palette launches on the 27th at 9 a.m. PST, and I do have a code with Fantasy Cosmetica. It's just Annette, and it will save you 10% off. It is an affiliated code, just so you know. So let's see, what do I want to do with this? All of these are so beautiful. Like, this shade really threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting it to be the way that it was, because in the pan it looks so like just pink, but then it has such a strong kind of light blue shift to it. So I don't know, it's also got a little bit of green in it. It's such a unique color. I'm thinking I want to do maybe like the greens on the top. Maybe the green and a blue. I don't know. I really want to use this one too. So it's like I'm so torn because I want to use all of the shades. And if I'm going to use this, I should use that. So maybe I'll do like these three, literally changing my mind completely as we speak right now. Oh, but I want to use these so badly. I could do like the greens underneath my eye. It'll be a lot. It'll be a look for sure. But maybe we can do that. So I'm going to try to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades maybe. Let's start with this one as my crease shade. This is a shade called Power. So not gonna do anything too fancy with this. I'm just gonna kind of use that as my transition shade here. Who knows if this is gonna go with the lip color at all. Listen, the lip color is absolutely beautiful. Once I got like a good application with it and I cleaned up a little bit, oh, that is so pretty. I just don't know if I would have it in me to like actually, you know, wear this out and worry about reapplication, but I might have to try it because that is so pretty. I really like how it looks and I love how it feels. So that is building up and blending out really nicely as I was expecting. With Fantasy Cosmetica, I wouldn't say that they have my absolute favorite matte formula, but I've also not had any issues really with their mattes. They're definitely on the thinner side compared to some other brands, but I also find that they build very nicely. And like I said, I don't really have any issues with them at all. I think they all have performed really nicely on me. So before I do my outer corner shade, I'm actually gonna do my lower lash line, which might look a little weird and, you know, wrong order, but in my mind it makes sense. And this is gonna look crazy before it looks good. I'm gonna take this shade, which is a green. This one is called Profane, and this one didn't swatch the best, so I'm curious to see just how that will stick, at least on my lower lash line. So I'm just gonna kind of put that in the front portion of my lower lash line, kind of like the first half or so, and it does actually seem to stick quite nicely. It's not as pigmented on the eye, which is sort of to be expected since I don't have a tacky base there, but it is showing up. It is a really, really nice green shade. I'm just taking that on most of my lower lash line, I guess, but I am also going to go back over that again with the, I think the darker green shade. Oh, I literally just went to put that on the outer corner. What am I even doing today? I feel like I'm just, my brain is not doing what it's supposed to do. Which, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't always do that. So I just go ahead and finish up with this shade. I'm then gonna take the darker of the greens, which is called Occult, and I'm gonna take that mostly just on the outer portion of my lower lash line, and then after I'm gonna make sure that I connect that with the kind of dark purple shade in the outer corner. So I just want to kind of pull this up enough that I have something to blend that into. Yeah, these two are really nice together. That is a very, very nice and deep green shade. It's definitely not like in your face green just because of how dark it is, but it's really, really pretty. So just to tie all of the mattes together now, I'm going to take the shade here, which is called Eldritch, and I'm going to use that in the outer corner of my eye. I'm switching to a bit of a smaller brush here. This is the What's Up Beauty R108 brush, one of my favorites. I'm going to start that in the outer corner of my eye and then blend it into the crease as well as that green shade. And because of just how deep this is, it's going to blend very nicely into both of these. Yeah, this is looking great. That is layering so nicely. It's super dark, super opaque. I also don't have any kind of fallout with this shade, which I tend to not get much fallout when I do my eyeshadows, so maybe take that with a grain of salt because I am quite good at not getting fallout by now because I've always done my base first, and I guess I've just kind of practiced how to put on shadows to prevent fallout, but I'm having absolutely none, which is fantastic, especially with such deep dark shades as these. So I think the mattes are looking very nice. I'm gonna work on my outer corner a little bit more once I get on my shimmers, but I just want to do that step first because I am very impatient and I really just want to try these. So obviously my first step is I'm just going to put on some of my NYX glitter primer because I always like to do that. And since I really just wanted to use the shade, I'm gonna take this, basically put it all over my lid, maybe use a little bit of this to like merge the gap, and then I think I'm gonna use a little of this on the front portion of my lower lash line. That's gonna be the plan. So let's go in with the shade called Patron, which is the one that I'm the most excited to use and probably the one that looked the least exciting in the pan, but that is so pretty. Like, I love how this has both pink and blue in it. Oh, that looks so good together with these masks. I love that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is everything I wanted. Oh, that is so pretty. I feel like this is definitely not going to go with the outfit that I had planned to wear tonight now. But I suppose that's okay. Also, I don't think I mentioned it in a video yet, but I did start a fashion channel, so I can link that down below because I've always been into fashion. I've always loved clothing. I've always loved to like dress up on a daily basis and just like put effort into my outfits. I think it is just so fun, and I want to be part of that community too. And I feel like, you know, mixing content on one channel is just never really a good idea for the algorithm. So I did decide to start another one, and I don't think I'll post as much there as I do here. Probably try to post once a week or so, maybe just to kind of see like how I like it and if it's for me, but that's the plan anyway. So if you're interested, I'll link it down below in my description box. I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade called Offering. I don't want a lot of this. I'm just gonna take the tiniest amount on the tip of my brush and just use a little bit just to merge the shimmer and the matte together. That is really pretty. Really, really pretty. I love that. And then for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take some of this shade, which is the shade called, how to pronounce that? Arcanum, I guess. That didn't sound too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that a little bit with some Fix Plus. I'm just using a very small pencil brush to apply this because I don't want it to get everywhere. I want to be kind of precise, and I'm just gonna layer that basically over. Ooh, that's pretty, over the light green that I put underneath because I just wanted to test it. That is so pretty. Ooh, this one all over the lid would be everything that I wanted, but you can't have it all, you know? Not in one look. Yeah, I love that. I think that's all I'm gonna do for the eye look. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and finish off with some lashes and some eyeliners, and I'll come back and show you the final look. So the look is done, and I love how it turned out. I think it is so fun, and I might be able to wear the outfit that I was planning to wear anyway. We're gonna have to see. I feel like there's enough green in here to kind of like tie in with the green that I wanted to wear in my outfit, but like I said, we'll see. My thoughts, I think this palette is awesome. I love this. I don't have any complaints. I think it's beautiful. I think the color story is really unique and special. I just love everything that they come out with. I don't know. I feel like they just kind of hit it out of the park every single time, and yeah, I'm just excited. Every time they come out with something new, I can't wait to see what it is because I know it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be unique and interesting, and if they keep going like this, they're going to be doing great for themselves. And I will definitely try to do another look with this, like I said, in my makeup diaries whenever I have time and I've gotten through some of the other stuff that's coming into my collection. And I also just feel like since it's a 9 pan, it's kind of more okay, I guess, that I do a first impression because I'm able to test out most of the shades in the palette, if not all of them. And I guess I only didn't touch 2 of them today. So the only ones I didn't use were these 2 up in the corner. The rest of them I did test out. So I'd say I did a decent job, everything considered, you know, since I only did one look and I only have 2 eyes. So let's see, the lip, where did I put that? I put it right here. The lip oil, I think the formula is beautiful. Color is beautiful, but I do wish it wasn't as pigmented, but I understand, like, they obviously wanted it to be pigmented, which is why it is as pigmented as it is. I do wish that they had some more, like, neutral shades, because when I was able to pick the color that I wanted, none of them were, like, just, like, a basic neutral color. And, like, I know they wanted to do something a little bit different and special, but, like, all the undertones of the other colors were kind of weird and not really something I could see myself using, especially in a formula that is pretty pigmented. So I wish in the future that they would come out with just, like, some browns or even, like, a clear. Yes, please come out with a clear. Like, I love having lip oils just, you know, next to me on my desk or whatever when I'm just sitting at home. It's always what I just chuck on. So yeah, I would love for them to come out with something that's like just a little bit easier to apply without having to, you know, be careful about it because the doe foot is so big. So those are my thoughts on that. The perfume I obviously haven't used yet, and this is the one from the older collection anyway, so I'm not really gonna give my thoughts on that because it's irrelevant to this collection. But overall, very happy with the palette. I think it's beautiful. If you're interested, I'd say pick it up. Yeah, those are gonna be my thoughts on this collection. Let me know if you plan on picking it up. Do you have anything from Fantasy Cosmetica? Which one is your favorite palette? I do think that this one is honestly gonna be pretty high up there for me. And if you want to see a ranking of my Fantasy Cosmetica palettes, it might not be time quite yet. I don't think I have enough palettes from them to be doing a ranking, but if you want to see that at some point, maybe I can do that after their next release or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more Fantasy Cosmetica content, here is my playlist. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.